All right, hello, and welcome to DWTT. I'm Gary, and this is what I saw. The immediate reaction to the Arsenal 2, Brighton 0 match, the last game of the season. One of the things you want to do when you finish the season is go out on a positive, and I think we did that. Yeah, I'm smiling, but I'm kind of a little sad as well because one, the season's over. Two, if we didn't accomplish at least one of our goals, which was to, make it to a European League. We had multiple chances this season, and we needed some help along the way. We didn't get it this today, and we shouldn't have. So, we'll get to a little bit of that later. It's a funny thing, I did this video earlier today, and halfway through I looked down and noticed that I didn't have a microphone in front of me, and I wasn't using a microphone in the headset that I have on, so it was just me going, yeah, rookie mistake. But here we go, we'll try it again, and let's start off with the lineup. So looking at the lineup, one of the things I was hoping to see, I've been hoping to see for a very long time, is see Balogun and Aziz on the bench. I know it's a dream, and it wasn't fulfilled today either, so that's fine. But I was hoping to see Martinelli start today. I think he's shown every time he's played that he's worthy of a start. I was hoping to see him get that today. Didn't happen. So, all right, season's over, and I believe he might be playing in the summer anyway. So, big ups to him on that. He's had a good season for me, but didn't get a start. So we'll go with the lineup. So, starting in goal, Leno. No surprise, he is our number one goalkeeper right now. Nothing's going to probably change that. And when he said he was going to leave, part of me was happy to hear that he wanted to leave. But but it seemed weird that he would want to. I mean, I don't think he's had the best of seasons. So it was probably it was just a lot of noise. So he was in goal, no problem there. Two center backs in front of him, Gabriel and Holding. They've worked a couple times before. We don't think that's our strongest, but Gabriel is our best center back, I believe, right now, healthy, anyways, and he gives us the best chances. I mean, he's probably our best talent at center back. He's not there yet as far as experience goes, but he does have the talent to play a good game. Holding is able to, at least to some degree, support him. And then on the outside, you've got Tierney and Chambers. Is this the future of where we are? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think one of the Chambers has played pretty well there. Like anything else, he plays pretty well there. But can we depend on him health-wise? Same thing with Tierney. Tierney's talent is outshines Chambers by a lot, so it's not. It's a little bit different in that sense, but we still need support. We probably still need a starting right back, maybe, but we definitely need a reserve left back. So I want to see how those two. I expected them to play pretty well. They have in the past. The two midfielders in front of them, Granit Xhaka and Partey, or Partey and Xhaka, however you want to lay them out. Seems to be our pairing. Nani, I don't know why he was dropped. I assume it's because it's the last game of the season. I don't know if that's a good reason for him to be dropped. He's played pretty well. He's pretty solid. We know what we're going to get with him. I guess it's just Xhaka's spot to lose. So there you go. And we'll get into it. Into the game. Next up in front of them is Emil Smith-Rowe, Martin Odegaard, and Pepe. That is a lineup. Those are three players we've seen play together before. So expecting similar things from them. A lot of attacking, a lot of forward movement from them, and should be the usual. Next up on the top was Aubameyang. I still don't feel like he fits. He seems, a lot of times when he's out there, it seems like either aren't looking for him, which I was just watching some of the first half, the first part of the game. He's making runs, but the passes aren't coming out and getting out to him. I'm not sure if that discourages him or not, but I think he does make runs, but I don't know if it's just we're not comfortable making that pass or it's just not part of the plan, but he just doesn't. He seems to be off. We've seen passes made to players going through the middle. It just doesn't seem like it's going to him, or he's just not in the right positions. I think a lot of times he will defer and go behind a defender as opposed to come close to where the ball is and show himself. And that's what it looked like today. He kind of was okay to kind of hang behind the defender as opposed to come across and show himself. And I think it's hard for people to see him when he does that. At least that's what I saw in a couple plays today. But like I said, I just don't feel like he doesn't look right out there. But I was hoping to see a better play from him today. So we'll get into the game. Go through the first half. I felt like we weren't moving the ball forward enough. A lot of time, a lot of backward movement. A lot of we did have a lot of shots, which is interesting enough, I believe. But it just, to me, it didn't seem like, I felt like we were missing some of the urgency, or the urgency really to get goals, and we weren't happy. We weren't going to take any kind of risk, and a risk moving forward is kind of my thing, where we make the defense, defend to some degrees, and sometimes we kind of give up on that. But we were moving the ball forward. We did take a lot of shots from the outside, but I would have liked us to maybe get inside, allow us to get inside the middle and attack them. And when we did get in the middle, we seemed to be hesitant to continue onwards. So that's kind of what I saw there. I kind of felt like we just, whatever the message was, it didn't seem like it was to go to and attack that goal. I mean, the goalkeeper was a little, he was a little loose with his clearances in some respects. So if we were attacking that goal, we might have had players there, and it just didn't seem like we were doing that. I'm not sure why, but it just, yeah. So I'm being critical, I guess, but I just felt like it just wasn't. They just didn't have the urgency that I would have expected them to in a game like this, where we wanted to score, and I would have hoped that we were trying to come out of that first half with at least a goal scored and a lead for sure. So we go into half, come back out, and things changed a little bit, but I don't know if that was. I think I know why. When we in the first half, I think it was just us, putting our, just trying to attack their defense, right? And that, in those situations, if the defense doesn't make any mistakes, we won't be able to pressure them, penetrate their defensive lines and stuff like that. In the second half, it seemed like these weren't set plays. These were things where we actually had to take advantage of a breakdown in defense when we actually attempted to do something positive in the game. I mean, the first goal, the ball comes through. It gets the first goal. Actually, let me step back and say that again. That first goal started off on the left-hand side, right, and then came back around. Xhaka pushes the ball out to Chambers, who Chambers puts a cross in, which I believe that's a cross where I don't feel like he took too many touches, and that's kind of our problem. When we take more than one touch, we just don't get anything out of it. I think Chambers took that ball, put a cross in, pretty strong cross in there to Pepe. Pepe was able to trap it, and as the ball was coming back up after he was able to slow it down, he put a right foot through it, goal. I felt like when we think about it, you think long, you think wrong sometimes. When we think about it, it just doesn't pan out. But when we just go ahead and attack, put our heads down, and go full force, we get that goal. And it's the same thing that kind of happened on the second goal. Xhaka comes out. I think he loses the ball. But he then, like we've seen, and this is one of the things, this is the reason why Pepe plays now, is just because you lost the ball doesn't mean the play's over. Doesn't mean you get to rest. No, he goes after the ball. He's able to get a foot on it and tap it away from the Brighton player. The ball comes out. I think it gets eventually to Erdiger, who takes the ball down and makes a pass to Pepe, and Pepe is able to come down the right-hand side and bring the ball back onto his left. I think they're trying to get him to go back to his right, but he says, no, I'm going to shoot with my left. He goes between the leg of Dunk and score. No thought, no thinking, I think they do enough. They don't need to be. I think when they're thinking, things just don't come naturally. That they do all this, do all this work in practice, get into the game and start thinking, and they think, and it takes forever for things to actually come through. And we, on the goals, it just looked like bang, 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 goal, right? Whereas a lot of times when we're trying to do the same thing, you see how some of the plays break down. It's just too much touch, 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 touch. No, just shoot it. And today we took a lot of shots from the outside. When I think which was good because we don't do that too often. And I think only one of them went astray. I think everything else was either blocked or on target, and we just didn't pan out for us. But I would have liked to have seen more shots from the inside the box today. And I think in some cases we did give up too little too soon, or we just didn't take the shot immediately. I mean, I think I've always said this: when a player is receiving the ball, they should be ready to shoot. And a lot of times we're standing so flat-footed that we have to trap the ball, and we're not ready to shoot. And it requires multiple touches before that ball gets out. We saw that multiple times. I think Erdegaard, it happened to him, I think, where he got the ball and he just wasn't ready to shoot. By the time he was, defenders were able to close in on him and block it. I think when we just take and later on he took in that same game he took a shot. It hit off one of the defenders. I just shoot. The goal should be to shoot from our forwards, and when we see that, they look really good. And that's what I expect. That's what I hope to see going forward. If they go back and look at that tape, they're going to see that when they spend a lot of time on the ball, especially inside that attacking third, they just wilt on the pressure of the defense, because the defense can just slow down and consolidate. Whereas when they just attack it and take advantage of any break that they get, if they're getting that ball and they come in, they should put that cross in. When we should have players there. Sometimes we did and we never made that pass. Sometimes we don't, and that's on them. They need to get there. That should be how you play. So that's kind of what I saw there with that. We got the 2 goals. We probably we could have had more, but we'll take a 2. You look at the score sheet. A 2-0 win is a good one in this respect. They didn't really threaten us. I mean, they threatened us more in the second half, but it probably didn't feel like it as much. But in the first half, we had most of the ball. We had over 10 shots taken. It was really, really good. I mean, even Partey's shots were good today. He looked really good taking that shot, so he's getting comfortable. But you know what? Now the season's over, so we have to start all over again in the new season. And players are going to go away for a break. They're going to go do some of these off-season trainings. They're going to do some of these travel around. I guess they travel around at least the UK and Great Britain and play some games there. But hopefully they can take the way that they ended this season and take anything that they did from December onwards and kind of build on that. There's no reason for us not to come out playing like that. I mean, especially if we have some of those same players, they can look at that tape for the last 3 or 4, the last 5 months, and say, you know what, a lot of that looked good, and we want to continue that. We want to do that for 90 minutes now. So all in all, good game. We'll take the 3 points. It didn't, it got us to the points we needed. It just didn't get us the position we wanted in the table, because we had to depend on that other team in North London, and they played a Leicester City team that we've seen drop out of the top 4 right at the end of the season. It did it again. It's the 2nd season in a row. Next season, I hope that's us knocking them out, or that's us there holding on to our spot. That's where we want to be, right? So we need to grow. We're in 7th, so not 7th but 8th place, and that's the same as we ended up last year, and I think our team's better than the one from last year. So hopefully we're able to build on that, put in some new pieces for those that need it. Hopefully they go reach Euros, come back a better player. Arteta also will learn a little bit more, hopefully. Maybe he'll get a little bit more support, either above, below him, or beside him on the bench. Definitely on the players we should see improvements, but everywhere. Anything else for this game? I mean, like I said, we did get our subs, but they were in the 70th minute. Saka came in, and he looked like Martinelli to me when he came in, because he was just a one-man defense, just running after the ball everywhere it was. Really, that's what I want to see, is that kind of energy. He looked really good doing that. Martinelli came in later for Aubameyang. Didn't see anything negative with that move from Aubameyang. The game's pretty much won at that point. Like I said, comes in. Is that his last time with us? Could be, maybe should be. I don't. I guess we'll talk about it. I'll talk about that later. Who should go? Who should stay? Next up, then Martinelli comes in with like 4 minutes to go. I guess he gets on the score sheet because he came in and played, but 4 minutes in a game that's 2-0. I don't know. It's not like he needs the number of games played anymore. That's not really that's not a stat for him. He needs to be starting. He needs to be playing a lot of minutes. He needs to find a spot on this team. If he's a starter, I feel like he could be. It's just a matter of where they put him, what style of play we are going to go with. The season's over. Game was pretty well played in the second half. First half, more could have been done, but we'll take the 2-0 win. Anything else that I want to talk about? I think that's it. We'll talk about the disappointment of the season maybe on another video. You'll see me on Arsenal Fan Circle on Thursday, probably talking about this and everything else that's going on, and I'll try to figure out a my 5 based on, either my 5 or just basically what I saw. I probably will be going out throughout the summers, and maybe we'll look at some of the Euro games and talk about those, seeing how some of our players play out there in those games. So that might be good as well. So next up, I should have a my 5 coming out soon. I might just do it right after this. I might take another review of the first half. The second half was basically Pepe, right? To see how we did. I think I have a good thought of how, I'm going to talk about my 5. I'll give it to you right now so you can check it out later. Pepe, Aubameyang, Tierney, Partey, and Xhaka were my 5. I'll talk about why I picked them. You probably can figure out most of it why, but so that'll be it. So come on, you goodness. I'll leave you with these words: life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride. All right, everyone. So have a good night. Have a good day. I'll talk to you soon. Remember to like and subscribe. Turn on notifications for the next show that it comes out. And I will talk to you then. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.